everyone, I'm Amaterasu Wolf 1, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Lieutenant Kako, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? This happened, and things happened. He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and the Losolas will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the forest champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Lieutenant Kako. The elder Seedseer must be informed of your deeds at once. The elder Seedseer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Now pray return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The conjurer at Nafka's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Lieutenant Kako. But nope, I don't need to use one of those tickets, thank you very much. Conjurer's Guild. Yes, I want to go to the Lotus Stand. Thank you very much. Go in my plaid pants.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
A lot of things.
Ramu made trial of you?
Yes.
I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off.
Nothing we can do about it, I'm afraid.
On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done.
Just doing our job.
Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
What you doing, Kamisana?
Lord Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, sire? I'd hoped Lord Ramu could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the primal sudden challenge. And it seems that Oriange too is pleased with the outcome. What say you, sire? Shall we gather back at the rising stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Sure, why not? Let's go home. Let's go home. I will enter the solar, yes. Minfilia, I'm back! Welcome back, sire. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Oriange's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin.
Okay.
Oriange, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Oriange and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
Yes, good.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence.
Do tell, please.
In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
Oh, fine, if you insist.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Okay.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, They must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Huh.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting. And in the claws of a Sahagin, no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
It's okay, Thancred. It wasn't your fault.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan.
Yep.
If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul.
Damn.
Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
Of course. You want me to do things again, don't you?
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter.
Oh?
Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Oh, hello. Lord of Levin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence. What was most intriguing? Inferno, Vortex, Craig, Whirl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the bringer of light. The limitless potential of man, hidden in servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masters survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wane. Yet even as it elevates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is a task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead man to the field, and by the eager hand shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Now the matter of Ramuh has for the present been put to rest, there is something I would show you, Cyrith. It is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions, in particular, the names of all the primals defeated: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Malgamog XII, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there is only one among our numbers to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel they are meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Cyrith, and Eorzea is that much safer for your presence. It's just my job. Pray do not misunderstand me, I meant safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment a strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we have learned to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all this, your deeds serve to inspire people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace. We owe it in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in doing so. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. The Sylphs of Little Solace, who wish not of the Sylphs of Little Solace, who wish not of conflict. Of Alize, who strives to unearth the terrible secrets of the calamity. And then there's Sin his fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Alag, that we might be spared the horror of another Ultima weapon. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians. And combat it we shall. Enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, Innocent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Atheno, I take it the troubles no longer require your attention? There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from Ellie. You recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents are missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Wait, Atheno, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Sorry, you might have been away from Revenant Soul for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town. Which reminds me, Southbourne but recently acquired to as to your whereabouts. I believe he has some small matter which he wishes to discuss with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Okie dokie. Oh, let's go get reacquainted, I guess.